Afternoon, just how quickly America's social safety net may be unraveling. New projections are out for Medicare and Social Security. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry looks at what they mean for you and the presidential election.
With the votes of senior citizens on the line in November, President Obama got some sobering news today from the trustees of Social Security and Medicare. A sour economy and soaring energy prices are hitting Social Security's finances hard. Its disability trust fund, which helps 11 million Americans, will run dry in 2016, 2 years sooner than expected. That shortfall will be covered by Social Security's separate retirement trust fund for a while, though both trust funds will now be depleted by 2033, 3 years earlier than projected.
These reports emphasize the importance of building consensus on reforms that will put these programs on a sounder financial footing for the future.
Romney, the presumptive Republican nominee, is making the case the president has had over 3 years to build that consensus.
When they had a supermajority in the House and a supermajority in the Senate and the White House, what did they do about Social Security and Medicare?
We will not support proposals that sow the seeds of their destruction in the name of reform.
The president is heading out tomorrow on a 2-day swing to push his plan to keep interest rates low on student loans, a big substantive issue, but also a major campaign push. All 3 states he's visiting, North Carolina, Colorado, and Iowa, just so happen to also be major election battlegrounds. Right?
The young people every day, and they're thinking, at the end of the road, well, I'm not going to have anything, am I?
I'll go further than that. It's really bad for all of us now. The Social Security Organization and Medicare are shelling out a lot more than is coming in. In other words, we're running at a huge deficit on a daily basis. More goes out, less comes in, the gap has to be borrowed. We have to borrow that money, hundreds of billions of dollars a year now. Okay, the future is coming closer to us, but the future actually is now because this is adding massively to our deficit. It's not good news. It is 1/4 of all of our debt that we've accumulated over the last 10 years, 1/4 of it is directly the result of this hemorrhaging of money in Social Security and Medicare.
Let's talk a little bit about this Medicare Advantage situation and what's being called an $8 billion trick. What is it?
Okay. When Medicare Advantage is going to be phased out under Obamacare. To phase it out gracefully, the administration came up with an $8 billion bonus pool. This would be awarded to insurance companies which offered quality care as the Advantage system was phased out. A report says that $8 billion was wasted. Didn't go to companies offering quality care, just wasted money. So you're wasting, according to the government, $8 billion at a time when Medicare is shelling out more than it's bringing in and going bankrupt in the process.
And the headline on this was the fact that unless they did use the money from this $8 billion slush fund effectively to prop up Medicare Advantage, it was going to become an election year issue. People, I think it was going to vanish October 15th or something like that, right before people went to vote. And so the administration said, we don't want that. We want to keep everybody happy until after the election.
It was a payoff to get Obamacare through, a way of easing its passage through. But I want to know, where is the plan? Where is the administration's plan to fix Social Security or Medicare, or to even deal with it? Where is that plan?
They're not going to come up with a plan before November.
No, well, it's not. But the administration sends out Tim Geithner, the Treasury Secretary, to attack the only plan that's on the table, which is Paul Ryan's plan.
Sure.
And when Paul Ryan's plan came out, there've been 2 of them, what did they do? They demagogued it to death with Granny being thrown off a cliff.
I was just going to say, we're going to see more of the commercials of Granny going over in the wheelchair.
It's
all right,
just not good enough, is it?
I'm going to talk to Orrin Hatch in a few moments on my radio show, and he's been all over this issue. The Institutes of Medicine gave cover to the Obama administration for much of the debate leading up to the passage of Obamacare. And a lot of politicians, a lot of people have been writing about this, believe that this quote, institute has become wildly political. And for them to come forward and say we need yet another tax, that's on top of all the other surcharges that are already in Obamacare. Remember, there's that 3.8% surcharge that's also going to be levied. So this is another attempt to redistribute the wealth. It's not about making health care more efficient. It's not really about preventative services. This is about expanding the pool of money, the pot of money that is necessary in order to provide adequate, quote, coverage to all Americans. And it's just, I mean, we're all being taxed to death. I mean, you add it all up, we're all getting taxed to death, and this is just one more ridiculous burden being put on the American healthcare consumers.
I think. What's the news, Stuart?
2033, that's when Social Security runs out of money. The future is getting closer and closer, Bill. 2024, Medicare runs out of money. 2016, the Social Security Disability Fund runs out of money. You can ask why, and I'll give you the following 3 reasons.
Yeah, please.
Number 1, there has been an explosion in disability claims. 3 million extra people claiming disability in the last 3 years during the Obama administration. The theory is that a lot of people are claiming disability because they are long-term unemployed, not necessarily because they are disabled, but because it is their way to some kind of working things out when they cannot get a job after the recession.
All right, that's
that
one.
Is one
what
theory.
Are the other 2?
The payroll tax withholding, the holiday, the payroll tax holiday, we've been in effect now for last year and it'll be in effect this year. That's $95 billion per year that does not go into Social Security. And number 3, with a baby boom generation, we're retiring in the thousands per day, adding to the outflow of money from Social Security.
Yeah, the numbers don't add up, do they? They just don't,
No.
and that's the reason why it's getting on a shorter leash here. What's being done right now, Stuart, to head off this potential crisis?
There is intense criticism of the Obama administration because over the last 3 years they have not come up with a plan to deal with this. And Treasury Secretary Geithner was out yesterday criticizing Paul Ryan, who has come up with a plan to deal with entitlements, and Secretary Geithner was harshly critical of him. He went right after Mr. Ryan, even though the administration
offer a plan?
No, the administration does not have a plan to deal structurally with the problems